As president of Lake Superior State University, it is my honor to welcome you to the university's 59th annual commencement ceremony. To kick off this very special event today, please join me in the singing of the Canadian and American national anthems led by Ms. Megan Gardner.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ms. Gardner. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to several distinguished guests and participants who are with us today, including the University Board of Trustees, Mr. Tom Bailey, Chairman, Mr. Richard Barch, Ms. Patricia Caruso, Mr. Timothy Lukenda, Dr. Mark Mercer, Mr. Randy Pingator, Ms. Sandy Frost-Steensma, and Ms. Cynthia Williams. I also want to recognize the senior management of the university, including Dr. Lynn Gillette, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mr. Scott Smith, Vice President of Advancement, Mr. Maury Walworth, Vice President of Finance and Operations, Ms. Wendy Beach, Director of Human Resources, Safety and Risk Management, Dr. Michael Beasley, Dean of Student Life and Retention, Dr. David Pateson, Director of Athletics, and Mr. Fred Pierce, Dean of Admissions and Marketing. I also want to recognize the academic deans in the university, including Dr. Kathy Burcham, Dean of the College of Health and Behavior, Dr. Steve Johnson, Dean of the College of Science and the Environment, Dr. Barb Light, Dean of the College of Education and Liberal Arts and Interim Dean of the College of Criminal Justice and Emergency Responders, and Dr. Kimberly Muller, Dean of the College of Innovation and Solutions. I also want to recognize a few other people who serve critical roles at the university, including Mr. Mark Boucher, Director of the Library and Academic Services, Mr. Thomas Coates, Associate Vice President for Community and Alumni Relations and Director of the University Foundation, Dr. Gail Essmaker, Vice Provost for the Accreditation and Assessment, and Dr. Ashley Murky, Director of the Center for Freshwater Research and Education. Of course, no acknowledgments would be complete without recognition of perhaps the single most important group participating today, the university's faculty members. It is their generosity of spirit and guiding light and special wisdom and knowledge who have contributed so much to the personal growth and academic success of the graduates we honor today. I would ask all of you to join me in acknowledging and thanking these very remarkable and educated people, the honored faculty of Lake Superior State University. Our faculty are also joined by members of our staff and administration who are watching to help share in this special celebration today. All of our staff and administrators play essential roles in making the university a vibrant and necessary institution, especially in this most challenging of past years. I ask that you join me in thanking them for their many contributions to our institution. Lake Superior State University is proud to present this commencement through a webcast for all family and friends. A virtual ceremony is not what we envisioned for a graduation event today. However, with the greatest medical crisis to hit the globe in over a century, maintaining social distancing became the wise and appropriate thing to do in order to keep everyone safe. A lot of work goes into planning a commencement, even a virtual one. Today's ceremony would not have happened without the tremendous efforts of the Provost's office, the library and academic services, the registrar's office, the marketing department, the Division of Student Affairs, the physical plant, and the University Foundation. A special studio was even constructed in the library just for today's ceremony. We wanted to replicate the look and feel of an in-person ceremony as close as we reasonably could. What a year it's been. By most measures, this past year has been the most disruptive in the history of higher education in the United States. In March of last year, we received word of people becoming sick from a strange new virus that came from China. At first, the cases were few, mainly affecting people in California and New York. But within a few weeks, the number of cases began to jump, and the people infected were from more and more states. Italy was especially hard hit early on, and we were all shocked when that country entirely shut down and severe restrictions were put in place. Here at Lake Superior State University, we were anxiously watching the spread of the virus, and we began to wonder out loud when the virus would arrive here in Michigan. Well, we didn't have to wait too long. By the middle of March, the governor had asked universities to transition to online course delivery along with various other social distancing protocols. And what I still believe is the single most impressive things I've ever witnessed at a university, our faculty and students transitioned to online course delivery with very little trouble. In fact, this transition was done in the space of a weekend. We did this without closing the campus or sending any student home. We recognize that many of our students may not have had reliable internet connections at home or were not able to get regular meals. We were able to complete the semester. And I want to offer a very special thank you to all the faculty, the staff, the administrators, and the students who have made this celebration possible today. In the ceremony today, you will hear from our commencement speaker, Mr. David John, President and Chief Executive Officer of War Memorial Hospital here in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. We will also announce the recipient of the Distinguished Teaching Award. We will also hear from the graduating student speaker, Mr. Keegan Hoos. At this time, I would like to introduce our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Lynn Gillette.
Thank you, President Hanley. It is my honor to announce the 2021 recipient of the Lake Superior State University Distinguished Teaching Award. Each year since 1971, Lake Superior State University has honored one faculty member as its distinguished teacher at commencement. We do this to highlight the value we place upon excellent teaching at our institution. A distinguished teacher has clear student learning objectives for his or her courses, demonstrates command of his or her subject matter, explains difficult concepts clearly, utilizes creative and innovative methods to engage students, generates excitement and enthusiasm for the subject, sets high standards and helps students reach those standards and inspire students. Past recipients of the Distinguished Teaching Award who currently serve on our faculty include Dr. Sally Childs, Dr. Martin Saluja, Dr. Kathy Burchell, Dr. Andrew Jones, Dr. Russ Seawright, Dr. Ashley Murky, Mr. Herb Henderson, Dr. John Reese, Dr. Joe Susie, Dr. Paul Kelso, Dr. George Dinger, Dr. Melissa Schaefer O'Connell. Now, a bit of information about the 2021 Distinguished Teacher recipient. The 2021 winner is a role model and mentor for students. Students come to this professor's office hours to get advising about academics, career, and life. This professor connects with students in a way that promotes belonging at LSSU and in their chosen profession. Students can go to this professor to discuss any struggles and celebrate any victories. The students have tremendous respect not only for this professor's guidance, but also for their expertise in the academic field. Students describe this professor's classes as highly engaging, well-organized, and diverse, both in terms of learning activities and perspective. The students value this professor's commitment to authentic perspective, noting that if this professor does not have the life experience being considered in class, he or she finds resources to provide the voice of firsthand perspective rather than just discuss it as a second-hand observer. The 2021 recipient of the Lake Superior State University Distinguished Teaching Award is Dr. Kathy White.
Thank you so much for this award. I feel privileged just to be a member of Lake State faculty, and so to receive this honor is deeply meaningful to me. Education doesn't happen in a vacuum, and so I'd like to thank the faculty for always being willing to share your ideas, strategies, and resources. I'm really proud of how we've all come together in this challenging year to support each other. And to staff and administration, who's so committed to student success and making sure that everyone reaches their full potential, I thank you. And most of all, the students. Lake State has the best students. I enjoy my job every day because of you. And it's been such a pleasure to watch freshmen grow and learn and develop over the years until you're ready to launch your own careers. 21 years ago, I was in your shoes. I had my new bachelor's and I was ready to take on the world. I had no idea that someday I'd return to Lake State as faculty, but I'm so grateful my road has led me back here. So graduates, as you start this next chapter in your life, I hope that you stay curious, that you keep learning from others. Everyone has something to teach and to learn. Stay open to that and you'll continue to grow. Most of all, I hope you stay excited for your future. I've been at this for 21 years and I'm super excited to see what the next 20 years will bring me. And I think I can speak for everyone at Lake State when I ask you to stay in touch. We want to see where your road will take you. Thank you again for this honor, and congratulations, graduates, on reaching this magnificent milestone, and I wish you all the best.
Congratulations, Kathy. On behalf of Lake Superior State University, the Board of Trustees may grant emeritus status to a faculty member with academic rank in recognition of demonstrable meritorious teaching, outstanding service, or published research. We have 4 faculty members who will be formally granted emeritus status at the May Board of Trustees meeting. Dr. Sally A. Childs, Professor Emeritus of Parks and Recreation. Dr. Sally Childs has been the face of and the driving force behind the Parks and Recreation program since her hire in the fall of 1981. For nearly 4 decades, Dr. Childs has developed innovative learning opportunities for students in the Parks and Recreation field, including a national parks class that traveled across the United States exploring park management, an annual expedition management class where the students planned and carried out an outdoor expedition each year, and a study abroad class that traveled throughout Southern Africa and integrated ecology and park management. With such accomplishments, it is not surprising that Dr. Childs was selected to receive the LSSU Distinguished Teaching Award in 1993. Dr. Ronald Hutchins, Associate Professor Emeritus of Nursing. Dr. Ron Hutchins graduated from LSSU with a bachelor's degree in nursing in 1978. He returned to LSSU in 1997, where he began his 23-year career as a nursing faculty member and then as an administrator. He served as the Dean of Nursing from 2012 to 2020, and throughout the years expanded his role to serve as Dean of the College of Health and Behavioral Sciences and the Interim Dean of the College of Criminal Justice and Emergency Responders. Dr. Hutchins was instrumental in supporting development of the simulation program at LSSU. Throughout his educational and administrative career, Dr. Hutchins had a profound impact on numerous faculty and students. Dr. Dennis Merkel, Professor Emeritus Soil Science and Forestry. Dr. Dennis Merkel joined the LSSU faculty in 1986. Since this time, he has been a dedicated educator, patient mentor to junior faculty, and served as chair of the School of Natural Resources and Environment. He completed a fruitful sabbatical where he taught undergraduate and graduate classes at the University of Maryland, presented at department seminars and at conferences, and published articles on soil science archives. Dr. Merkel was first and foremost a teacher who continually strived to improve through dedication and hard work. Dr. David Mighton, Professor Emeritus of Chemistry. Dr. David Mighton has faithfully served LSSU since his appointment to the chemistry faculty in 1993. During his 28-year career, he has excelled at teaching and university service. Dr. Mighton held numerous leadership roles, including chair, dean, and associate provost. He coordinated or oversaw numerous university-wide projects, including the renovation of Crawford Hall, the development of university seminar courses, the obtaining of state authorization for LSSU's teacher certification program, the 2016 HLC reaccreditation, and the development of the curriculum for the Culinary Arts certificate program. Dr. Mighton performed difficult and thankless services with great integrity, fairness, and attention to detail. It is now my honor to introduce the graduating student speaker. Among many excellent graduates, Mr. Keegan Scott Hoos has been selected to be the student speaker on behalf of the class of 2021. Keegan was born in Heartland, Michigan. He is graduating magna cum laude with Bachelor of Science degrees in biochemistry, fire science, and psychology, and associate's degrees in chemical technology, chemistry, and cannabis sciences. He has excelled with his senior project working with doctors Stefan Kolomek and Christina Olsen-Pupek. Keegan has served on our student government for 4 years, including student government president for this last year. He was selected as the 2021 Outstanding Senior in the School of Kinesiology and Behavioral Science and the Outstanding Graduate in Psychology. He plans to continue his education by completing a doctorate of medicine and of philosophy in neuroscience. Please welcome Mr. Keegan Scott Hoos.
Good afternoon, and congratulations, fellow Lakers and recent graduates. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Keegan Hoos, and I am the now former student government president and was for the past school year. I'd like to begin today by discussing what it means to be a Laker. Because regardless of our backgrounds, regardless of what we came here to study or what we plan on to go on and do, we all are and always will be Lakers. First and foremost, a Laker is resilient. In the last year and a half, we faced incredible challenges brought on by the pandemic, and nevertheless, we emerged successful. We were able to do it not only because of the hard work of the university administration, faculty, and support staff, but because of the resiliency, dedication, and mutual responsibility of us as students. Though this is just one example, it shows so clearly how a Laker is resilient. Next, a Laker is spirited. Here at LSSU, us Lakers support one another, and that type of school spirit is something that I think is incredible and something that sets us apart from our peers. Whether it's cheering at a hockey game, a basketball game, or helping out with vaccine clinics, blood drives, or supporting the community, the spirit of Lakers in the Sault Ste. Marie community and beyond is truly amazing. On the topic of spirit, I would also like to take a moment to recognize one of our would-be graduates, one who isn't here with us today. One that embodied what it meant to be a Laker, and one that showed so clearly what it means to have spirit. Parker Dagnes. Whether it was in the community, here on campus, or on the sidelines of the basketball court, Parker showed what it meant to be a Laker. He showed that spirit that is so rich within all of us, and though he will live on in the Laker spirit felt between us, it's a shame he isn't here today to celebrate. And so, a Laker is resilient, a Laker is spirited, and as Lakers together, we are a family. This year has brought on outstanding challenges, but it never ceases to amaze me the similarly outstanding things we were able to accomplish here at LSSU. Students standing up for fellow students, going out into the community, volunteering at vaccine clinics, hospitals, fire departments, and the like. Students advocating for other students who needed advocates, and support systems for students who needed support systems, and listening ears for those who just needed someone to listen. We, as Lakers, are a family. We are a resilient, spirited family. And though, at times, family may grow apart from one another, the roots of this family will always be present and will always run deep. So although we find ourselves at a crossroads today where we will all go on to do a variety of things, whether we're going on to graduate school, finding careers as nurses, engineers, or firefighters, or continuing to explore our interests, we'll all go in different directions. We'll all be on different branches of our Laker family tree, but at the end of the day, we all come back to the same trunk, the same roots, and that's what I want to leave you with today. If we were in person, I would tell you to look at those sitting around you, but instead, take a minute to close your eyes and think of the memories you have here on campus. Think of the people whom you've grown so close to, the late nights, the crazy experiences, the long days studying or working, the people that have become a part of who you are today, the people who you know you'd take a bullet for, or that you'd run into a burning building for, or that you'd do everything you can to save their lives on the hospital floor. And I say all of these things literally, as future firefighters, nurses, police officers, etc. Think of these people, know that they're family, and be the resilient, spirited Laker I know all of us to be. Thank you all, and congratulations on your accomplishments. I look forward to seeing the amazing things that we will go on to achieve.
Thank you, Mr. Hoos, for those words of wisdom. Now I would like to introduce our featured commencement speaker for today. David John joined War Memorial Hospital right here in Sault Ste. Marie as President and Chief Executive Officer in 2005. Previously, Mr. John was Vice President for Marketing at MHA Insurance Company and CEO and Chief Financial Officer at Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital in Manistee, Michigan. Mr. John began his career in 1980 as a staff accountant for Marquette General Hospital. He received a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and Accounting from Michigan Tech in 1980, and a master's degree in Business Administration from Lake Superior State University in 1990. In addition to serving as president of War Memorial Hospital, Mr. John currently serves as the vice chairman of the Michigan Center for Rural Health, and he has served as the president of the Upper Peninsula Hospital Council and the Upper Peninsula Healthcare Network Board of Directors. Locally, Mr. John is a member of the Rotary Club, the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, and sits on the United Way of Eastern Upper Peninsula Board of Directors. Mr. John lives in Sault Ste. Marie, and he has 4 children and 4 grandchildren. It is now my pleasure to introduce a proud alum of Lake Superior State University and a key member of our community during this global pandemic, Mr. David John.
President Hanley, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty and support staff, family, friends, and most importantly, today's graduates, it is indeed an honor for me to be here today. Wow, what a year. Never before has a university and 2 graduating classes had to endure such a change during their college experience. Your world has been tossed upside down so many times during the last year because of the pandemic, yet you persevered and successfully made it through to graduation. Congratulations on making it to today. Many people fear change, but all of you have made change and disruption a normal part of everyday life. You have learned to cope and achieve your goals despite all of these obstacles. The ability to adapt to change is a highly desirable skill in the employment world, and because of the events of the last year that each of you has had to deal with, I am confident that no matter what your career path might be, the last year has molded all of you into a better, much more resilient person. The healthcare industry has also had its disruption during the last year as well. We have been fortunate in Sault Ste. Marie compared to other areas of the state. We went more than 6 months with very few positive COVID-19 cases or admissions to the hospital. When we did see a surge, it was very hard on all of us, and we actually lost one of our team members to the virus. Fortunately, at this point, we are seeing lower numbers and nowhere near the number of people needing hospitalization or dying. Despite these heroic efforts to stop the spread of the virus, it is still out there, and we have lost 26 residents of Chippewa County to this disease so far. I think with the advent of the now 3 COVID-19 vaccines, we are starting to see less spread because of the immunities to the disease the vaccine provides. I always try to look at the science and not the politics of the situation sway me from the facts. Because our community was proactive from the beginning, following the social distancing, mask wearing, and hand washing guidelines, we were able to limit the potential catastrophic spread of the virus in our community. I know that the university also did an excellent job following the science, and I really appreciate the steps that they have taken to limit the potential spread of the virus on campus, which contributed to our healthcare systems not being overwhelmed with cases and admissions. We all want to get back to normal quickly, and it looks like we are making progress at this point. But no matter what age you are, we all need to continue to follow the science in order to make our world a much safer place for everyone in the future. When I look back at my college graduation, which was back in 1980, a long time ago, I sat in my chair with my cap and gown and wondered where my life would take me. The first part of my college career was not very successful. I had failed at becoming an electrical engineer, which had been my dream. Chemistry and calculus kind of kicked my butt. After a robust first-year GPA of 0.71 and some self-accountability on my part, I was successful in earning a bachelor's degree in business administration with a major in accounting. I was determined to be the best accountant that I could be. But what transpired in the next few years of my career, I could never have predicted. My first job was as a staff accountant at Marquette General Hospital. After a year and a half in that position, I saw a job opening for a chief financial officer at the hospital in my hometown of Manistee. My first thought was that I was too young and didn't have enough experience to apply for such a position. But after about a week of contemplating about it, I thought, why not apply? It can't hurt anything, and it might be a great experience to go through the interview process. I was also thinking, why should age matter? What really matters is the drive you have deep inside to be successful, your passion for the job, and the willingness to work hard and prove to people that you can be great at what you do no matter what age you might be. So I applied, and to my surprise, I was offered the job. I was 23 at the time. 6 months later, the CEO of the hospital left, and I went to the board chairman and told him that I could do both jobs, CFO and CEO. The board at the time was considering hiring a management company to bring a new CEO, and they had told the board that I was too young and didn't have enough experience. They could mentor me for 3 to 5 years, and at that time I would be ready to be a CEO. Fortunately for me, the board trusted my skills and abilities and hired me to be both the CFO and CEO of the hospital at the ripe old age of 24. I did both jobs for 17 years and continued on as the CFO only for another 5 years. The lessons that I learned from this experience were believe in yourself and your abilities. Don't let age be a deterrent to pursuing the career path that you desire, and take the opportunity to explore early in your career those opportunities that might present themselves. I was fortunate that the board saw something within me and gave me the chance. But after I was awarded that chance, it was up to me to prove to the board, the hospital staff, and the community that I could successfully lead the organization and show everyone that the board had made the right choice. For the last 15 plus years, I have been the president and CEO of War Memorial Hospital right here in Sault Ste. Marie. And during this time, our team has done a great job of expanding the services that we offer to our local community and making sure that we offer high quality, safe patient care. I couldn't have imagined on my college graduation day that by the time I was in my early 60s, that I would have completed almost 40 years as a hospital CEO. You may think that you have your career path all mapped out at this point, but more than likely, each of you will experience changes to that plan as new opportunities present themselves along your life's journey. The good news is that each of you is better prepared to adapt to change that may happen because of what you all have learned and endured over the last year in coping with the pandemic. What have I learned from my life experiences that I could share with all of you that might be thought-provoking and help you along your career path? First, whether it's in your personal life or your work life, the success that you have will be based on your ability to build and maintain relationships. By building positive relationships with others, you earn their trust and support. This can only happen if these relationships are built with integrity and honesty. The old saying is that it takes a long time to build trust with someone, and that you earn trust in drops. But if things go bad within that relationship, you lose trust in buckets. Honesty, integrity, and transparency have to be the foundation of those relationships to be successful. Next, have compassion and empathy for others. One of my favorite sayings is, if you could stand in someone else's shoes, hear what they hear, see what they see, feel what they feel, would you treat them differently? This statement rings loud in the healthcare industry, but also in life as well. We don't really know what other people might be dealing with at a particular time. Our initial perception might completely be wrong about that individual. If we had only known what was going on in their life at that moment, would we have treated them differently? Since we really don't know what is going on in the lives of others, having compassion and empathy for them is a trait that we all should strive to achieve. I have also found it beneficial to develop the ability to deal with criticism or complaints without bringing personal emotion into the equation. Most people hear complaints or criticism and don't deal well with it because immediately they put up a wall or take it personally and become defensive. Most complaints or criticisms that might come your way may be based on the perception or the information that the other person has, which may not be entirely accurate. If we get defensive as soon as criticism is brought forward, we never allow ourselves to have an honest discussion with the other individual to find out what they have the perception that they do. So what I have done in my career, and let me tell you, I have had a lot of complaints and criticisms directed my way, is to look at each complaint or criticism that I receive as an opportunity for improvement. This way, I don't get defensive, and I look at this as a problem-solving opportunity where I can share additional information with the person complaining and get a true picture of what they see as their reality. At times, the complaint or criticism may be accurate, and at that point, you can apologize for what happened and make the changes so that it doesn't happen again. At other times, the complaint or criticism may not be correct, and when this happens, you can take the time to clear this misperception up by sharing the true information with that individual. These type of resolutions are not possible if you take criticism or complaints to a personal level and get defensive. My advice to each of you would be to take every complaint or criticism as an opportunity for improvement. This type of behavior will go a long way in building positive relationships with all the people in your work and personal life. Be kind. Do you realize how many more positive relationships that you can build by just being kind? I'm old school. I still open doors for people. I say thank you and you're welcome. I let everyone out of an elevator before I leave. I smile and say hi to almost everyone that I meet. Do you know how far those actions go towards building the relationship that you need to be successful? It is even more important to be kind when you are in a position of leadership. In today's world, a lot of people have lost the ability to be kind to one another. With the advent of social media, texting, and communication from afar, it seems like people say nasty things and start rumors through these new channels of communication that they would have never said to someone face to face. It's sad to think how many relationships have been ruined because of this. One of my sayings in this regard is never say anything to someone else that you wouldn't have said to your mother or your grandmother. Kindness will go a long way in making you successful. Be humble. All of us were born in basically the same way. We were infants, and we needed someone to take care of us. We all live because our lungs take in oxygen to sustain us, and our mouths take in nutrition to give us energy. We all take different paths in our lives, but we are still all human beings at the basic level. So why should some people think they are better than others? None of us could have made it this far without the help of others. Our lives are about the we, not the I. Just because you are in a leadership position, make more money, or have more education than some other people, it doesn't mean that you are better than them. As I tell my team at the hospital, I am the least important person to our organization. The housekeeping staff who clean to prevent infections and the food and nutrition services staff who prepare meals are much more important to the patients than I am. I have always believed that to be successful and respected, you need to be humble and not think too highly of yourself. When you hear someone else talk about, I did this and I did that, do you get a positive feeling about them? As opposed to someone who says that we were able to accomplish this together. Most people feel much more engaged when they get part of the credit for any success. They also feel isolated when any individual is taking solo credit for everything that was accomplished. This style of leadership is known as servant leadership. You are the leader, but you are there to serve others. Remember, none of us would be here right now if we didn't have the help of others to lead us along our life's journey. Chase your happiness, not the money. Too many people get into a career path based on how much money they make in a job. I'm certainly not here to tell you that money isn't important, but I would challenge you that your happiness is more important than whatever amount of money that you could earn. If you are rich and unhappy, do you think that you will be satisfied? We need to do things in our life that brings us happiness and has purpose. Since our work life is going to take up almost half of our waking hours during our careers, we need to make sure that we have a passion and a desire for what we are doing. For example, I have heard people say that they want to be a nurse because it's a good wage associated with that position. I would argue that if you want to be a nurse and the only reason you want to be a nurse is for the money, then you probably won't make a good nurse. The best nurses are those who have this deep-seated passion to help others and to heal the sick. Those nurses certainly care about their wages, but more importantly to them, their happiness comes from helping others and not the paycheck. This can be said about any career that an individual might choose. So as you move into the next phase of your life, think about what your passion is, understand that passion, and chase your happiness. The last lesson that I've learned over my career is be willing to get involved within your community. Some of it may be related to your work life, but it also includes being involved with different passions that you have outside of work. There are many things that I've been involved with over the last 40 years that I am passionate about. I have been a member of Rotary International for almost 40 years, and I've been involved in the local United Way for over 15 years, along with many other organizations from time to time. By taking the time to be involved within your community, you not only help your community grow, but you also give back to those things that are important to you. I see too many people just sit back and not get involved when they have so much to offer to their communities. The lessons that I have learned above have helped me be successful in my career, and I think they can help each of you be successful as well. As I close, I am reminded of a book that has really inspired me over time. Have you ever heard of the book, The Dash? Well, it's a book that talks about two certainties in everyone's life: the day you were born and the day that you die. On your tombstone or in your eulogy, it will say, born on this day, then there will be a dash, and then it will say, died on this day. The book talks not about the day that you were born or the day that you will die, but it talks about the dash and what you have accomplished in your life, which is signified by the dash. What will your dash mean to those you have known or who you love? Only one person can control what your dash will be filled with, and that is you. As you embark on this new phase of your life journey, I hope that your dash is filled with success and happiness. It has been an honor to be here virtually with all of you today. Congratulations, graduates, on this great accomplishment, and I wish all of you the best of luck in whatever direction your passion takes you. I would also like to thank the parents of the graduates. Without your help and support, these graduates would not be here today. Finally, I am not sure that life will ever get back to normal, but we are creating a new normal each and every day. With all of these new Laker graduates ready to make the world better, I know that we are in good hands. Go Lakers!
Thank you, David. We are now on to the celebration that is today. It is my privilege to begin the presentation of the 2021 class of Lake Superior State University. The degree candidates will be presented alphabetically. Mr. Thomas Coates, Associate Vice President of Community and Alumni Relations and Director of the LSSU Foundation, will read the graduates' names.
Brendan Robert Adams, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Brandon Vaden Allen, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Alexandro Ambrosio, Bachelor of Science, Finance and Economics, magna cum laude. Evan Andrus, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, cum laude. Courtney Ann Arbick, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, cum laude. Stone Richard Arnold, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Taylor Madison Atkinson, Associate, Small Business Administration. Robert Charles Ator, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Roger William Ayers, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Marielle Grace Ball, Bachelor of Science, Cannabis Chemistry. Ashley Michelle Barber, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Blake Allen Barber, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Tyler Jason Bier, Certificate in Culinary Arts Chef. Eric John Beals, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Samantha Kate Boileau, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Nicholas Patrick Bednart, Bachelor of Arts, Literature, Creative Writing. Alexandra Nicole Betts, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, International Business. Holly Bishop, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Mitchell Allen Black, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Justin Lee Blaylock, Bachelor of Science, Cannabis Chemistry and Chemistry, summa cum laude. Mana Marie Blah McLean, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Management. Ethan James Blazek, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Jared Blumenthal, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering. Ashley Boniface, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice Generalist. Spencer Paul Borden, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, summa cum laude. Tabitha Jean Borton, Associate, Natural Resources Technology, cum laude. Alicia Osum, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Courtney K. Bowens, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Michaela Rose Boyd, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. Timothy Allen Boyd, Jr., Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Luke Daniel Bursick, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, cum laude. Mary Catherine Breen, Bachelor of Science, Geology. Caitlin Victoria Britton, Certificate in Culinary Arts, Chef, cum laude. Megan Fern Brown, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration Management, cum laude. Taylor Marie Bryant, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Melinda Buckaloo, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Allison Nicole Bunchu, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, magna cum laude. Brennan Lee Bunker, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist, cum laude. Joshua J. Burke, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering Technology. Jocelyn Lee Birch, Bachelor of Science, Forensic Chemistry, magna cum laude. Shanice Marie Burton, Associate, Substance Abuse, Prevention and Treatment. Travis James Butler, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, magna cum laude. Kyle William Byrne, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. Megan Louise Byrne, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Kyler Royal Cameron, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science. Jennifer Campbell, Associate in Social Work. Luke William Campbell, Bachelor of Science, Parks and Recreation. Natasha Natalia Camper, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Eden Velvet Carroll, Bachelor of Science, Geology, cum laude. Megan Angelique Casey, Bachelor of Science, Medical Laboratory Science. Paige Nicole Cavanis, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. Jacob Daniel Sadolia, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics. Andrew James Chambers, Bachelor of Science, History. Carrie Elizabeth Chartrand, Bachelor of Science, Medical Laboratory Science. Anna Victoria Chavez, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Ashley Nicole Christensen, Associate, Criminal Justice, Homeland Security, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Haley Renee Christensen, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Miranda Joellen Clark, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Veronica Michelle Clark, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Danielle Christine Cole, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Faith C. Cole, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Camontrese Demont Collins, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Riley J. Collins, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, magna cum laude. Tristan Tyler Cooper, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Samuel Troy Cornett, II, Bachelor of Science, Biology, cum laude. Beth Yvonne Langlois Coty, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Laura K. Cowdrey, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Matthew Troy Kramer, Bachelor of Science, Manufacturing Engineering Technology. Nicholas Cremines, Certificate, MCols. Keely Ann Curran, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Shelby M. Curtis, Associate, General Studies. Alexis Marcella Dawkins, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science. Morgan Alexandra Debelak, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Nathan Andrew Denman, Bachelor of Science, Manufacturing Engineering Technology. Sadie Marie DeWilt, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering. Zachary Wendell Eugene Dunn, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Joseph Craymond Dutcher, Bachelor of Science, Computer Engineering. Zachary Hunter Dykema, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Cole Douglas Eastman, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Bryant J. Eddy, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology, summa cum laude. Jade Marie Edelman, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Nathan Michael Eddington, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Abigail Ruth Edmonds, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Morgan Blythe Edmonds, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, International Business, magna cum laude. Ashley Ann Edwardson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Autumn Helena Elam, Associate, Applied Science in Paramedic Technology. Leona Margaret Ellis, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Hampus Carl Erickson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, International Business. Shelby K. Fellabaum, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Neil Stephen Fesco, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Eric Nathaniel Finley, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Cassidy Ann Fissler, Associate Health Fitness Specialist, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Caleb Christian Forbes, Bachelor of Science, Chemistry. Dylan Francis Formolo, Certificate in Culinary Arts, Chef. Nicholas Alexander French, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Management. Caitlin Rose John Friedrich, Bachelor of Science, General Studies. Cassidy Diane Fritz, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology. Chase Joseph Gamlin, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Entrepreneurship. Tori Marie Gamlin, Bachelor of Science, Political Science, cum laude. Megan Louise Gardner, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Jessica Nicole Gaskill, Associate, General Studies. Brendan Francis Gaichin, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Zachary Allen Walker Gatton, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Alyssa Rose Gear, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Caitlin Mackenzie Giddings, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology. Michael Kevin Gills, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Nathaniel Elma Saludo Gilson, Certificate in Culinary Arts, Chef, summa cum laude. Lucas James Glass, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology. Tristan Nicole Gleason, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology, summa cum laude. Christopher Stephen Gomez, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Robotics Engineering. Vaughn Gorson, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Brennan Douglas Grant, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Jenna Marie Graval, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology and Environmental Science. Autumn Nicole Green, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Matthew James Greer, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Julianne Marilyn Gren, Bachelor of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. Lawrence Eaton Grennan III, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Kylie Nicole Grondin, Certificate in Culinary Arts, Chef. Zane Bailey Gum, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Austin John Gergol, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Alexander Camden Hacker, Associate Internet Network Specialist. Natalie Grace Hagstrom, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Liliana Heatheros Hahn, Bachelor of Arts, Individualized Studies, cum laude. Joshua Wade Hamilton, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Kiera Nicole Hamilton, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, Pre-Professional. Matthew P. Hamana, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Lydia Ann Harmon, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, magna cum laude. Joshua K. Hasbrook, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist, magna cum laude. Michael Patrick Hatton, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Drew Samuel Heckman, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Kai Jeffrey Heminen, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, Pre-Professional, magna cum laude. Samantha Lillian Henderson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, summa cum laude. Jacob Michael Henman, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Brady James Hess, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Eric Hess, Certificate in Cannabis Production. Joseph Riley Hinsman, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Megan Elise Holmes, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Jacob Carl Holsey, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Keegan Scott Hoos, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry Pre-Professional, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, magna cum laude. Emma Claire Horton, Associate, General Studies, magna cum laude. Bodie Lee Houtman, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife Management. Ian Michael Hudson, Associate, General Engineering. Lorena Elizabeth Huffman, Associate, General Studies. William Paul Hughes, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Cole Allen Hersky, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering Technology. Kylie J. Iannitti, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Lena Ann Ishaba, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, magna cum laude. Brett Thomas Emmel, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Elizabeth Sienna Irving, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. David Clayton Isham Jr., Bachelor of Science, Manufacturing Engineering Technology. Patrick Daniel James, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife Management. Kristen Elizabeth Jarvis, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Wyatt Addison Jarvis, Bachelor of Science, Manufacturing Engineering Technology. Craig James Jenkins, Bachelor of Science, Computer Engineering. Connor Rylan Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, cum laude. Theodore Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Samuel John Johnston, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, cum laude. Andrea Michelle Jones, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. Daniel W. Jones, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Lucas Simon Keibel, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, International Business. April Lynn Kaji, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Andrew Joseph Kaiser, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife Management. Caden Scott Callio-Crato, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Nicole Marie Keefe, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Emma Sarah Kempfert, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Naomi Ann Kite, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. Emily Eileen Kimmel, Bachelor of Science, Parks and Recreation. Nikayla Nicole Kirkwood, Bachelor of Science, History, cum laude. Alexander George Kleiber, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Brittany Lee Kleiman, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Jonathan Andrew Klustra, Bachelor of Science, Chemistry. Ryan Wayne Coco, Bachelor of Science, Computer Networking. Miranda Claire Kalatsky, Bachelor of Science, Forensic Chemistry. Cassandra Ray Kruger, Associate General Studies. Kennedy Bell Kunert, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Matthew A. Kareen, Bachelor of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. Nakia John LeBeau, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Holly Marie Lacombe, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Kayla Rose LaFleur, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Stephanie Ann Lamberson, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Abby Danielle LaPlante, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Justin Douglas Lasuk, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, magna cum laude. Andromeda Christian Lathrop, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Caitlin Kendra Marie Latin, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Robert Allen Lawrence, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Emily Lynn Lawson, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Special Education, Learning Disability, cum laude. Isaac Michael Lennox, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, summa cum laude. Tyler F. Leroy, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement Certification. Kendra Sonia Lesmeister, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist, cum laude. River James Liston, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Jason Patrick Lumen, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration Management. Kayla Lynn Lonsberry, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Brendan Joseph Lumkomsky, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry Pre-Professional, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, summa cum laude. Alyssa Ann Lyons, Bachelor of Science, Manufacturing Engineering Technology. Elliot Benjamin Lyons, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering, summa cum laude. Brandon Scott Little, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Nicholas Anthony MacArthur, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Claire Susan Marie Maulmeister, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Anne Marie Malik, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, cum laude. Kayla Marie Markstrom, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, magna cum laude. Ashley Lynn Maravich, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. Michaela Jeanette DeGier Marison, Bachelor of Science, Political Science. Carrie Megan Martin, Bachelor of Science, Psychology. Robin Martin, Bachelor of Science, Geology. Lucas James McCary, Bachelor of Science, General Studies, cum laude. Kaylee Osborne McCloskey, Associate General Studies, summa cum laude. Sophie Irene McConkey, Bachelor of Science, Biology, magna cum laude. Courtney Rose McDonald, Bachelor of Science, Psychology. Matthew McGowan, Certificate, Cannabis Production. Nathan Christopher McKinney, Associate, Small Business Administration. Karina Christine McMillan, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Jamie Elizabeth McWaters, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Mindy Jo Mendyka, Bachelor of Science, Cannabis Chemistry. Andrea Marie Murky, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Emily Ann Merton, Bachelor of Science, Psychology. Alexander Robert Metzger, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Ashley Ray Milkey, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Erin Suzanne Millen, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Emily Ruthann Miller, Bachelor of Science, Forensic Chemistry. Mackenzie Elizabeth Miller, Associate of Applied Science, Paramedic Technology. Kendall Martin Miller Mather, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Eagles Merrick's Mittens, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, International Business. Yuki Miura, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, cum laude. Leah Morgan Mockridge, Bachelor of Arts, Communication and Literature, Creative Writing. Allison Taylor Molitor, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Seth Daniel Monroe, Bachelor of Science, Geology, cum laude. Brendan Joseph Monty, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Samuel A. Montney, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Kyle David Moran, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Ashley D. Mullings, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, Pre-Professional, cum laude. Miles McLeod Monroe, Bachelor of Science, Manufacturing, Engineering, Technology. Shelby Lynn Muncie, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Entrepreneurship. Lindsay Nicole Murdoch, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Taylor A. Nadeau, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Jaslyn N. Nanan, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Michael Allen Nesberg, Bachelor of Science, Computer Engineering. Sarah Nicole Norris, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Natalie Eve Nowak, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, magna cum laude. Maya Therese Nybor, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. May Oishi, Bachelor of Science, Sociology, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Olson, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, cum laude. Destiny Joe Olmstrom, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Nicholas Gordon Oosterhoff, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Mark Osecki, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Abigail Ruth Osman, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Ryan Thomas Page, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, cum laude. Ryan Jacob Palumbo, Associate Health Fitness Specialist. Chad James Parkinson, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Michelle K. Parmer, Bachelor of Science, Medical Laboratory Science. John Patrick Paris II, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration Management. Kayla Sue Paris, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration Management. Alexis Jane Pazanaw, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science. Sophia Louise Pazanaw, Bachelor of Science, Individualized Studies. Kelsey Ann Pattison, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Logan Elizabeth Pawlowski, Bachelor of Science, Parks and Recreation. Alicia Renee Paymont, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Emily Luzetta Pentecost, Bachelor of Science, Psychology. Alexis A. Perry, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Betsy Claire Peters, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Kirsty Piche Ballot, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Seth Michael Pino, Bachelor of Science, Geology, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Brooke Plesher, Associate, Small Business Administration. Sarah Lynn Plowman, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, Special Education, Learning Disability. Tanner Raymond Plum, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Chelsea Lynn Polari, Bachelor of Science, Individualized Studies. Nicole Marie Proctor, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Jacqueline Leah Purcell, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science. Austin James Purchase, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Marketing. Mikhail P. Ranta, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, magna cum laude. Mariah Angel Reed, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, Pre-Professional, magna cum laude. Brianna Grace Regan, Bachelor of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. Sienna Marie Recklin, Associate, General Studies. Michelle Marie Reno, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, summa cum laude. Connor Allen Reppin, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Robotics Engineering. Emily L. Rhodes, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. William Andrew Rydell, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Isaiah James Ripley, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Ethan Glenn Ritzema, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Matthew James Rivera, Bachelor of Arts, Language Arts, cum laude. Sarah Robarge, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Kara Bree Rogers, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Nick Patrick Rogers, Bachelor of Science, Cannabis Chemistry. Maya Roll, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Management. Hunter Emil Rose, Bachelor of Science, Chemistry. Megan Ann Rose, Bachelor of Science, Political Science. Isabella Reyna Ross, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Laura Lorraine Ross, Bachelor of Science, Geology. Leanna Diane Rotschafer, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, magna cum laude. Zachary Anthony Rougeau, Bachelor of Science, Computer Engineering. Bridget May Rosansky, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Andrew Rubenstein, Certificate, E-Marketing. Catherine Nicole Salmi, Bachelor of Science, Parks and Recreation. Logan Maya Solomon, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Marketing. Grace Ann Sanders, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Carly Ann Sanofsky, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, Pre-Professional. Maxwell Hiller Sawicki, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Carmen Jonathan Scarfone, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, magna cum laude. George Quentin Schaefer, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, magna cum laude. Danielle Aaron Charnovsky, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, magna cum laude. Trenton John Shipper, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology, magna cum laude. Jessica Rose Schmidt, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Megan Elise Schofield, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, summa cum laude. Sarah Nicole Shornack, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, magna cum laude. Jackson Joseph Schremeyer, Bachelor of Science, Sport and Recreation Management. Keith Andrew Schuler, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Benjamin Marcus Schultz, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration Entrepreneurship and Business Administration Management, cum laude. Caitlin Ruth Schumann, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Kayla Ruth Schwanitz, Bachelor of Science, Geology. Sarah Searcy, Bachelor of Science, General Studies. Emma Victoria Selden, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Elizabeth Hannah Setsuda, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Peter John Shambaugh, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Lucas Donald Shepard, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry Pre-Professional and Chemistry, cum laude. Jonathan James Shillington, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology, magna cum laude. Marissa Joyce Shook, Bachelor of Science, Computer Engineering. Veronica Marie Scholl, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, cum laude. Alyssa Ann Silvius, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration Marketing. Patricia Colleen Simmons, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Courtney May Simpson, Bachelor of Science, Integrated Science. Brady Slater, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife Management, cum laude. Rosalind Marie Smagelski, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration Management. Fisher Raymond Smith, Bachelor of Science, Political Science. Jillian Rose Smith, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Caitlin Lee Smith, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Crystal Lorraine Smith, Associate, Natural Resources Technology, cum laude. Eva Snyder, Associate, General Studies, summa cum laude. Tyler Sean Soule, Bachelor of Science, Computer Networking. Ryan Connor Sprague, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Luana Brittany St. Andrew, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Jeremy Drew Start, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Andrew Wellington Stewart, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, summa cum laude. Paige Leanne Stockwell, Bachelor of Science, Psychology. Angelina Rose Stout, Bachelor of Science, Biology, magna cum laude. Jennifer Lee Stratton, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology. Austin Strong, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Lindsay Strong, Certificate Culinary Arts Chef. Samantha Ray Stewart, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, magna cum laude. Betty Jean Sullivan, Bachelor of Science, General Studies. Shiloh Savannah Sombrera, Associate, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement. Hannah Starr Suschek, Bachelor of Science, Forensic Chemistry. Brooke Leanne Swartzentruber, Bachelor of Science, Parks and Recreation. Jack Michael Swenson, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Alexandra Renee Sweat, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Caitlin Ann Sinnett, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Erica Ray Tabor, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Emily Ann Tagliarini, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Rachel Nicole Talon, Bachelor of Arts, Literature, Creative Writing, magna cum laude. Joseph Allen Taylor, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Marissa Rose Taylor, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Management. Rebecca Irene Teed, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Management. Cassidy Ann Thayer, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Jessica Susan Thompson, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, magna cum laude. Michael Tober, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Management, cum laude. Stefan Trizik, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Grace Marie Trowbridge, Associate, Computer Science. Haley Michelle Trudell, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Micaiah Joel Tryon, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Corey Dylan Turner, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Maxwell Robert Utley, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, cum laude. Jordan Isabel Valad, Bachelor of Science, Integrated Science. Megan Grace Vanderkolk, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Autumn Marie Van Donkelaar, Bachelor of Science, Finance and Economics, cum laude. Justin J. Van Dyken, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Pierre Luc Viette, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, magna cum laude. Hunter Lee Veldkamp, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management. Joshua Peter Verdelli, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, cum laude. Rebecca Lynn Villanueva, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, summa cum laude. Morgan Renee Villemure, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Cameron Gregory Vinton, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science. Caitlin Nicole Vogelaar, Bachelor of Science, Forensic Chemistry, cum laude. Lena Marie Walker, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, magna cum laude. Zachary Dalton Walters, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Samantha McKay Warner, Bachelor of Science, Social Science. Cassidy Rose Waybrandt, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Brittany Neray Weaver, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology and Fisheries Wildlife Management. Carly Ray Weaver, Bachelor of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. Brian Mark Wirtz, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering, cum laude. Katie Jo Wary, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Amanda Ray West, Associate of Applied Science, Paramedic Technology, magna cum laude. Josie Ruth Whipple, Bachelor of Arts, Language Arts, cum laude. Curtis Taylor White, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Madison Kelly Wittet, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Silas H. Whittington, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering. Nicholas Stephen Wankowski, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Danielle Victoria Wilding, Associate of Applied Science, Paramedic Technology, magna cum laude. Lexi Andre Wilhelmsen, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Madison K. Wilkie, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, Marketing, cum laude. Caitlin Shauna Wilson, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, Pre-Professional, magna cum laude. Remington Flynn Wilson, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Edward Charles Wolfert III, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Ariana Marie Wolf, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Caitlin M. Wolf, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice. Nathan Carl Woodruff Jr., Bachelor of Science, Geology. Nadia Jewel Woodson, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, magna cum laude. Molly Marie Wozniak, Bachelor of Science, Fisheries Wildlife Management, cum laude. Cole Edmund James Werdeman, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology. Dylan Wayne Wyatt, Bachelor of Arts, Literature, Creative Writing, Bachelor of Science, General Studies, cum laude. Douglas Ronald Weibo II, Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, Pre-Professional. Breezy Lynn Wyrabkowitz, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, Bachelor of Science, Fire Science Generalist. Podge Sia Yang, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Rachel Ann Yanni, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, cum laude. Eli Nicholas Yock, Bachelor of Science, Geology. Daniel Zagordo, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, magna cum laude. Margot Jane Zink, Bachelor of Science, Conservation Biology. Stephanie Zubak, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, cum laude. Sydney Claire Zook, Bachelor of Science, Kinesiology, magna cum laude.
President Hanley, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2021 of Lake Superior State University.
By the authority vested in me by the State of Michigan, the Board of Trustees, and by recommendation of the faculty of Lake Superior State University, I hereby confer the degrees of Associate, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and certificates with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Graduates, it is now my pleasure to congratulate you on this important accomplishment and milestone. If you are wearing a graduation cap, you may now move your tassel to the left side and forevermore keep it on the left side. Congratulations to all of you. We have heard many words today, which is expected at a commencement ceremony. But the two most important words heard today, and two of the most important words in the English language, are thank you. Whether you receive a well-deserved thank you for doing a nice thing, or you offer those sincere words for receiving something special, I believe these are the most important of words that we use in our interactions with one another. All of us at Lake Superior State University offer a special thank you to all who have joined us for today's celebration. We offer our thank you to all of the parents, family members, and friends who have joined us for this occasion. We also offer a special thank you to our graduates who had the vision to seek a university education and to achieve it. Now, in my final duty in today's ceremony, I hope that all of the graduates today will turn to those around you who have supported you through your university education and offer a thank you to them. It's your turn to acknowledge your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, friends, and everyone who stood by you when your spirits were low. Those people who stood by you when you didn't think that you would make it to this day. Those people who celebrated with you after you received a great grade in a particularly tough class. Or those people who stood by you when you needed a lift after you received an especially tough grade. Or whoever stood by you as you traversed the last few years of your life. It's now your turn to say those most important of words. Thank you. Finally, let me close today's ceremony by saying, we, your family of Lake Superior State University, give all our respect and best wishes to all of you as you graduate from this institution. As you go forth today and begin the next chapter of your great adventure, always remember that we at Lake Superior State University stand with you. It is now my duty to announce the closure of the 59th commencement ceremony for the class of 2021 of Lake Superior State University. In recognition of the new graduates, the Abazi drummers from Bay Mills, Michigan will perform a native honor song. After the conclusion of our performance, please enjoy messages from our students.
Big shout out to my mom and dad, family, friends, coaches, teammates, and teachers for helping me along this journey. Thanks, everybody.
I just wanted to say thank you to my family and friends, especially my parents, for all their love and support over the past 3 years. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. I love you all.
I would like to thank my mom, my stepdad Steve, and my best friend Elizabeth for helping me through the past 4 school years. Thank you.
Special thanks to Ray and Lauren. I couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you to my friends, family members, and teachers for all their support.
Hi, I just want to thank my family for supporting me and the engineering house for being my family away from family.